Welcome to Skydive City, Florida's #1 skydiving center. Skydive City's been in business since 1990, and we're one of the premier skydiving centers in the world. Thanks for coming out to do a tandem skydive with us today. The tandem skydive consists of a free-fall jump, typically from 13,500 feet, falling at 120 miles an hour for about 60 seconds. We deploy the parachute typically between 5,000 and 6,000 feet, and we have 4 to 6 minutes flying under the parachute. While skydiving is a great sport, both exhilarating and fun, it is still a high-risk, ultra-hazardous activity. Skydiving is not for everyone. Poor health, physical limitations, your weight and body shape, and other factors can determine your ability to make a tandem skydive. You will wear a jumpsuit and the tandem passenger harness, which is pretty much the same as our harness, but it has no parachutes. Your passenger harness does have 4 attachment points, 2 up at the shoulders, 2 down here at the hips. We will fit and adjust the harness to your body prior to boarding the airplane. This will require some manipulation and touching of your body. Once you are fitted, please do not readjust the harness without consulting your instructor first. We also provide you with goggles, which will keep the wind out of your eyes during the free fall. We have large goggles to fit over glasses, and if you're wearing contacts, it's not an issue, but please let your instructor know anyway. The student harness will have an altimeter located on the chest strap, or we will give you a wrist-mounted altimeter, which indicates your height above the ground. You must wear sneakers, running shoes, or similar footwear to protect your feet. Please, no heels and no open toes. The tandem parachute system is specially designed to carry 2 people. It has 2 parachutes that are almost identical in function and in size, the main parachute and a backup reserve parachute. There are several handles on the rig, and the instructor will be responsible for its operation. There are also 2 main ripcord handles, one for you and one for the instructor. We will cover this a little later in the training. The system is also fitted with a backup automatic activation device, or AAD, which can deploy the reserve parachute at a preset altitude if the instructor is unable. Tandems typically board the aircraft first and thus exit last. If you have any preferences for your jump order amongst your friends or your group, please let us know before we board the plane. Typically, those tandems getting video are the ones to exit the plane first. Seating can vary from airplane to airplane, but we are required to wear seatbelts. Your instructor will help you connect one for the duration of the takeoff and the climb out. We sit on a straddle bench in the plane, but you may also end up sitting on the floor depending on how many people are on the airplane. If you have any leg issues with kneeling or squatting, please let your instructor know. You are not connected to your instructor for the initial climb in the airplane, so if there's any kind of an aircraft emergency, you will be required to do exactly as your instructor says. The instructor will make decisions based on altitude, time, and the type of emergency, and a host of other factors. The climb to 13,500 feet will take about 20 minutes, so enjoy the ride and enjoy the view. Approximately 5 minutes prior to your jump, your instructor will begin to get you ready for the skydive, with a complete review of the jump and a final equipment check. When it is your turn to leave the airplane, you and the instructor will stand up together and move towards the door. If you have video, your videographer is going to climb outside so they can exit right alongside of you. As you approach the door of the aircraft, please refrain from attempting to grab the bar or the door frame. For the exit, your instructor will want your arms crossed across your chest or holding on to your harness. We call this the safety position. Once you're in the safety position, you will put your head back, hands on the harness, knees bent, your back straight, and then we simply exit the airplane. Ready, set, go! After you exit, you immediately arch your body into the free fall position. Belly forward, arms bent 90 degrees to the side, and your knees bent in between the instructor's legs. This position allows your body to fall stable face to earth by putting your center of gravity forward. Remember to keep your head back during the free fall, as it makes it easier to breathe. We will accelerate to 120 to 130 miles per hour, which is about 200 kilometers per hour, which means you'll travel 1,000 feet or 300 meters in about 6 seconds. We ask that you check your altimeter throughout the free fall every 10 or 15 seconds to see what altitude you're at. Your instructor will brief you further on what to expect. Free fall is very, very windy and very, very noisy, so your instructor will not be able to talk with you. Your instructor may adjust your body position in free fall by moving your arms or giving you a tap on the legs to remind you to put your legs in between theirs. At about 5,000 feet, which is about 1,600 meters, your instructor will pull one of the ripcords on the parachute and begin the deployment of the main parachute. Should you see 4,000 feet or 1,300 meters or any altitude less than that on your altimeter and you're still in free fall, then we ask that you pull your ripcord. You are actually our backup in case we are unable to deploy the parachute. Skydive City has never had the scenario of a student having to deploy the main parachute because the instructor did not. It is imperative that you do not pull the ripcord just for fun at a higher altitude than the normal opening altitude. The parachute opening is usually a very rapid deceleration from about 120 miles an hour to almost zero in 3 to 5 seconds. Remember to bring your arms back into the safety position during that opening shock. Once the parachute is open and your instructor is verified that it's a good parachute and okay to fly and land, they'll be able to talk to you and help you through the rest of the ride down. This will include taking off your goggles, clearing your ears, and helping you get more comfortable in the harness. The ride under the parachute back to the landing area can be a roller coaster if you like that, or we can fly it smooth and slow. If you want more turns, just ask. If you don't like the ride, speak up and we can probably smooth it out for you. The landing is much like an airplane landing. We glide in with forward speed, we fly the parachute level and then slow it down and touch down at the end. For the landing, you'll have your feet up in front, your knees bent, and your instructor may ask you to help by grabbing and lifting your legs up and out of the way. We will practice the landing under the parachute before you land so you can get a feel for it. The key to not getting hurt is to not dig your feet into the ground or not to drag your feet behind you as you can fall over forwards. Occasionally we do great stand-up landings if the parachute speed is slow enough, but generally we slide it in on our bottom. Once on the ground, our staff will help you get your harness and jumpsuit off. We have Tandem First Jump Certificate for you. We give you a logbook of your jump and a nice presentation folder to keep it all in. Plus we usually have some special offers for your next jump. Your videographer will go and make up your video and it should be ready for you in about 25 minutes. Congratulations and welcome to our world of skydiving, and enjoy your day here at Skydive City.